All right, High Tide Imbibe. We have another beer from our friends at Propeller. NZ Pils, New Zealand Pilsner, 5.2% alcohol by volume. I think they have a spiel on here. A new take on the classic Pilsner style. I don't like the sounds of that. Showcasing Nelson Sauvin and Motueka hops from the Southern Hemisphere. And then, so, I don't need any of the tasting notes. Perfect for any occasion. Okay, so, I don't know the Motueka hop. I know Nelson Sauvin can give you, like, white wine, white grape kind of things, vinous tastes. I don't know about calling this a Pilsner. Honestly, if you're not putting noble hops in it, I don't think you can really call it a Pilsner. That's kind of a stickler with me. Pilsner is really a pretty well-defined kind of style with some very well-defined variations, and New Zealand Pils does not sound like one of them. That being said, it might still be good. But, yeah, we'll see. So it looks good. Golden straw color. Decent head going on there. Seems to be sticking around. Let's go with the aroma. All right. Definitely getting some of that like leafy green, vinous, white wine, white grape kind of thing going there, but there's a pretty distinct like orangey citrus note in this as well. Smells all right. Does not smell like a Pilsner at all. I mean, come on. Yeah. I'll probably end up giving like 2 scores for style on here. Score as a Pilsner, score as just like a lager with fun hops in it, I guess. It's the way to go. Grainy malt in the back. That's probably the most Pilsner-like thing of this. All right, we'll go to the taste. Cheers, everybody. Okay, you know what? I'll give this some kudos. The bitterness at the back comes off earthy and herbal, which makes me think maybe there are noble hops in here. They're just not talking about it on the can. Barley, wheat, rye, oats may contain rye and oats. Let's see what they say here. Aromas of gooseberry, white wine, and fresh citrus. Well, I picked up the white wine and citrus. I don't fuck with gooseberries, so I don't really know. Yeah, you know what? The lingering dry bitterness almost is noble hoppy in its presentation. I don't think there are any noble hops in this, but there's a stand in there. But then, like, on top of that, it's the white wine characteristics and the citrus note. It's a good lager. The hops are fun. I like them. They're not going weird tropical New England bullshit. They're not doing anything like that. That was my biggest fear, honestly. I like me some Nelson Sauvin when it's used in an interesting way, and I think it's used all right here. Yeah, and what was it called again? Motueka seems all right. Citrusy, kind of orange citrus. I can't really rate this as a fucking Pilsner. Like, as a Pilsner, it's like a 5 or something in style. Probably even lower than that, honestly. Honestly, I'm a bit of a fucking... That's kind of where I sit with being like a beer Nazi. With Pilsner, you fuck with Pilsner, I'm probably going to be a little disappointed. So let's just rate this as a fucking lager with interesting hops, basically. As a craft lager, this is fucking excellent. It's like a 9. It's really well put together. It's very simple, but the flavors are nice. They pop with each other really well. And so that's good. My own personal preference, I'd throw an 8 at it. I'd definitely buy this again. This is decent stuff. It's just not a Pilsner. That's the problem. So like if I was rating this as a Pilsner, it's just like, no. That's my only sticking point with this. So if you're a big Pilsner fan, if you're like kind of really strict about that style like I am, you're going to be like, this ain't a Pilsner. At least I'd hope you'd be saying the same thing. Or you'd have a good argument as to why it's a Pilsner. I don't think I can buy that. But as a lager with some more like modern, new age hops, I guess is the way to put it. I'm assuming the Matuka is like a new age thing too. Nelson Sauvon's been around for a while now, but I think it's still fairly new in the grand scheme of things, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this really works. It's a good lager. Good flavor. Can't complain. So 9 and what did I say? 8.5 for personal preference. Definitely will probably pick another couple cans of this up. I don't know if this is... I'm assuming this is a seasonal of some sort. Probably is. Spring seasonal, I'm guessing. So I'll probably pick a couple more of these up before it disappears for a while. If they even bring it back. They introduce so many beers at Propeller now, and they don't bring a lot of them back. Like all those one-offs of like their London Porter, but with like flavored with chocolate orange or whatever the fuck kind of bullshit that was. Just bring their London Porter back, please. They haven't had that back in a couple years. Just the regular London Porter in like 4-packs. I'm dying for that. I can still get my ESB. I can still get the IPA. Where's my London Porter? That's the one I love the most. That's my favorite Propeller beer, is their London Porter. Old man yelling at clouds, or in this case, yelling at breweries. What are you going to do? Anyway, I've rambled along enough as it is. Thank you for watching, guys. We're going to get out of here. Cheers. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. All that good stuff. Bye-bye.